Hey, everybody. We are on our live today. We're back. Well, we've changed the time, so welcome. I'm really glad you're joining me. It is Wednesday afternoon. It's Wednesday evening in Paris. And today we're going to be talking about the value of self. Today we're talking about the value of self. Gosh, and I had so many cool things this last week happening. Just came back from NAMM, which was an outstanding experience. I presented 4 presentations at NAMM on branding, on artist development, and, I'm going to just turn this off, make sure that I'm not going to get disturbed. The value of self was very much about those presentations, right? I'm talking about branding, authentic branding, and we did the artist circle where the artists and the creatives in the room really got to meet one another. And in order to brand yourself, in order to market yourself, in order to put yourself on social media, it all roots in like valuing yourself. It roots in having a purpose and a passion, right? That, I have value to give. I have something to offer. I've got something that's unique to me, something that's special that I can share with people. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, like that value of self. It still looks like a mess. Sorry. I'm just hanging with you. Isn't that nice? Just like we're just going to be relaxed and hang with each other. But yeah, I had an amazing week at NAMM. I really, excuse me, get some a drink here. Is that Mix? Is that Mix from Ballistic Boys watching from Japan? Is that my Mix? If it is, hello, and I'm so happy to see you. And if it's a fan, let me know that it's a fan. Hi. But I think that might be my Mix, which is really super proud of you. This is an artist that I worked with since they're about 15, 16, a boy band in the making. And now Ballistic Boys is a huge band in Japan doing massive tours and dancing and singing and performing, and that fabulous growth. I just absolutely love empowering artists and seeing you do your thing. So that is super exciting. And in fact, Tadito, come here, come. Little baby Taro, who I named after you all, because Project Taro said, well, of course you have to name her after us. Here she is, 9 years old now. And she was 11 weeks old when she came to the studio, and I was working with Project Taro. And now all the guys are doing so many different things. There's a few guys in Ballistic Boys. Masufumi is solo. Ayumu is solo. Kenya is solo. People in the Bleecker Chrome, a trio all working together. So cool. So cool. So I'm glad you're joining me. We're going to, like I said, we're talking about valuing yourself. And, again, I'm going to look at this, an artist who's joining us, to take that journey. It takes an average of 7 to 10 years to really find your voice as an artist. It can take that long to figure out, like, am I in a band? Do I want to be solo? Am I in a duo? Am I solo and I find a partnership? These are all the journeys that happen. So here I am talking about Mix from Project Taro 9 years ago, and 9 years later is touring the world with the group. And that didn't happen overnight. That is a 9-year journey of developing from a contest to development for 3 years in New York, to growing, to doing another project. Am I in this band? There's so many, being a creative and being an artist is unlike being an engineer or a doctor, where it's a straight line and you know all the steps that get you where you're going to go. And you know that if you failed a certain step, I got to do that again. Kenya is a crazy artist. In 2025 is going to be wild. I bet. Kenya is amazing. Kenya, interrupting my own train of thought. Kenya is phenomenal. You all were great. Like the whole band, everybody really had each artist had a different thing that they were really special at. And that's what it was about, bringing that out, and I could see, and I talked to you all about, I remember talking to Masufumi about being an actor, and that he started taking acting class, and another artist was good at the bass, and someone else really wanted to work on production. And we take those skills and we develop a bigger career using all of our skills. This is what, again, go back to valuing yourself. Like, what are my passions? What am I good at? What do I want to do? Where are my skill set? And we keep cultivating them, valuing our own self-worth, valuing our talents, and then creating a career. And that career will be so vivid and so varied when you allow yourself to do all the things that you can do. One artist I work with, there are two of them. One managed the other. And the manager was a phenomenal singer, and he really believed in this artist. And I spent 2 years getting them to recognize and that they're really a duo. And together they were like the new Simon and Garfunkel. Like, they were really magic together. And we went from first voice lesson to a Grammy. And that was a 9-year journey. A 9-year journey. And that doesn't mean like they were doing nothing. They were growing the whole time. They were doing different things. They wrote a musical. They, lots of things. Again, when you're a creative, it's not a straight line to where you're going. And sometimes you don't even know where you're going to go, because who knew that I was going to work on an album that 6 months, 9 months later, the team said, hey, that record we worked on, well, we've turned it into like a musical, basically. We've turned it into a play with music, which then went through about a 1.5 year, 2-year process, which is very quick for this to happen. They went through about a 1.5 year, 2-year process, and that became a full-fledged musical, and we just premiered in the West End in London. I did not know that an album I was writing on, coaching the artist, vocal producing, would become a musical. Never a straight line. It just isn't. Someone's asking where I'm from. And you're from India. Hi, Amit from India. Oh, wonderful. Well, let's see. I'm from Los Angeles, spent 14 years in New York, spent half the year for 3 years living in Mumbai, in Bombay, India, and making music, dancing, learning Mohiniyattam, loving life. And then I went back to LA, where I met my wife and had our children. And now I'm in Paris. So we've moved to Paris just a month ago, and I'm on a new adventure of life. Again, let's go back to valuing yourself. What does that mean? That means me saying, hey, I value my worth, and I think I can take it to Paris. I think I can take my skill set to Paris and share it with a new community. I'm going to honor myself and trust in this choice that I want to make, and that it's going to benefit not only my career and my livelihood, but my inner self. Like, part of my desire to make this move was to decrease the amount of stress in my life. Not that that's completely happened, but it's definitely happened. The move itself was very stressful. There was just so much to do. But changing the quality of my life, changing the way my days feel, working on all my goals in a different way. I'm valuing more peace in my life. And so I said yes to this option, right? And then we're going to figure it out and make it work. We're going to find our rhythm here. But I'm saying, I believe that my life experiences and my skills as a vocal coach, that I can take them with me to Paris and build something. So there's valuing my self-worth, trusting it, and then putting it out there, right? It's me sending emails to everyone I know, which I'm still in the process of doing because the move is still so new. But it's sending emails to my friends and colleagues and saying, I've moved. Can you introduce me to people in Paris? It's me going to an event in Paris and introducing myself. It's me emailing people I don't know at all at labels and management and introducing myself and saying, hey, I'm a vocal coach and an artist development coach from Los Angeles and New York, and I'm now in Paris, and I would love to work with artists here in Europe. Let's go. And a young gentleman asked me at the NAMM show, he's like, Wendy, as you're presenting, like, you're so confident. I feel like I could never do that. Like, how do you have so much confidence doing what you're doing? And I got to say, that session, like, first 15 minutes, I was on fire. But he asked me that, and it's a pretty simple answer. Number one, I somehow feel that what I have to share is valuable, and therefore I should be saying it and sharing it with people. Like, what I have to say is meaningful. I think I'm going to help people. The second and the bigger reason that I can do this is that I've been doing it for 30 years. I've been coaching for 30 years. Before that, I started working when I was 8, started coaching at 20. So add another 12 of life experiences of performing on stage, of performing 5 nights a week for years, of writing songs. I taught voice teachers around the world for 12 years. So I did seminars and seminars and seminars. So here I am on YouTube, online, Instagram, talking to you for 45 minutes to an hour, completely improvising. I'll switch over here. I have 4 lines of notes for today. And I'm, certainly before, when I see sometimes the title that I'm looking at and what the topic is about, sometimes I'm like, what am I going to talk about for 45 minutes? And then that I could talk for a week, because I got the gift of the gab, and I like to tell stories and share. But I really have the experience of years of performing and understanding that my job is actually to move you as a human being. And as an educator, as a coach, it's just in my bones to share things in a way that will empower you, share things in a way that you can make them actionable, that you can take this information in and see, oh, I see how this applies to me and how I can help myself with this information. And I think that's very, very important. For me, the value of sharing and what I value in myself as a quality and a skill is the ability to share information in a way that helps you, that hits. There are plenty of people who are really, really great at whatever they do, but they can't necessarily teach it or share that information to other people. They can't find the language. And so I know that that's a skill set of mine. I've been a mediator on panels where everybody's sharing things about music and the industry, and I'm able to translate what they're saying and maybe take their story into, here's how it applies to you. Here's how you can put that into your career. Here's how you can do something with this. So again, knowing that about myself, and it's lots and lots of experience that did this, and reflection, right? Like, I reflect, ooh, what worked, what didn't, what can I tweak? And that's very important. Do you value yourself? Do you value your life? Do you want meaning in your life? Do you want to excel and grow? That means you need to reflect. It means you need to look at the things you're doing, see if they're working, and tweak and adjust. Look at the things you're doing and say, do I like this? Am I enjoying it? Does this feel good? Do I want more of this in my life? What parts do I like? Keep them. What parts do I don't? Delegate, change them, hire someone else to do it, tweak. And then we just keep doing that. So in shaping and curating your life, you are valuing your time, your energy, your experiences, and curating a life that's gonna feel good to you, that you love, and that you can be of service to other people. It's hitting. If it's not working, it's not hitting, we have to adjust. And first, it has to hit you. Hey, Shelby Bean. Very nice to see you. It's been a minute. So first and foremost is you. Is this serving me? Do I like what I'm doing? I'm doing these weekly lives with you, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy sharing. I enjoy sharing the topics, the information. I love the interaction. So please make comments, talk to me. I love the interaction, and I want to reach a lot of people. So do I want to see this grow? Absolutely. How it's also valuable for me is that we use this content to then share short bits on social media. We use this content to create blogs because the topics matter. So let's expand on them and utilize them. So this session, from a business standpoint for me and for a curated life standpoint for me, is amazing because I get a lot of material that I can then utilize in other ways from this conversation. That makes my life better. That's me not every day going, oh, I need content for social media. This gets us so much valuable content. And this is me curating my life in a way that this works for me. We're shooting a lot all at once, and I get what I need out of it. And then I have separate shoots for other things I need, but this is making my business and my life flow better. That means it's working. It's working for me. And then is it working for the other uses? We're going to find out as we do it. Am I getting response from the social media? Am I getting, oh, we love this content? That's what we got to check out. Is it working? Is it landing when I hit it on LinkedIn? It is. So is it landing on the blog? It definitely is, because people are responding to me in the blog. So curating a life you love is valuing your life. Creating experiences in your life that you want to repeat, that make you feel good, that are of service. That's valuing yourself. And then the question is it landing? Is it serving my community? Is it moving the needle on my business? Is it being effective? And so the first is for yourself. Is it effective? Is it serving you? And then the second, is it serving your audience, your career, your business? And so we reflect and we tweak. And this is just a constant. It's just a constant in life. If you want to grow as a person and you want to make your life better, we have to reflect. So if you value your well-being and your success, then you follow your vision, you honor it, you go for it, you try it in 7 different ways. You reflect on it, you tweak it, you do it again, you reflect on it, you tweak it, you do it again, you reflect it. And there may come a time when you say, hey, I really don't like this at all. I want a really big change. You change a career, you change that. Those changes are legal and essential, right? Where it's like, ooh, I'm not feeling what I want in life. I'm not getting what I want to get out of it. I don't feel like I'm giving of myself. I feel stuck. Big reflection, big turning time, right? Big change. But these are all, for me and for artists and speaking to artists, this all goes back to just you inside yourself. Like, what matters to me? What am I about? And therefore, if we think about, I'm going to market something, we think about, I'm going to create social media content, I'm going to make a deal with a partnership, a business, or a label, just navigating the industry and yourself as an artist and musician, everything is about choice. So it's honoring choices that suit you. It's honoring choices that benefit not just your career and livelihood, but your whole well-being, your life, your day-to-day, your inner peace. So when we look at the business side of things, we're also first looking at, okay, let me reflect on myself. Is this what I want in my career? Is this going to take me in a direction that I want to be in? And I say this, I'm going to also say with a grain of salt, is that we don't want to have blinders on. So in order to really succeed at something, we have to give so much time, energy, and attention to get that rocket off the ground. So in some ways we could say, oh, we got to be like this. I have to be so dedicated. And at the same time, we need to be aware if we're missing opportunities because we think they don't look right. We're missing opportunities because, for example, the duo that was solo and was concerned about, well, but what about my audience? If I'm a duo, maybe they won't like what we're doing next. Like blinders to, well, I want to be a solo artist. Okay, but if you want to be a solo artist, but you keep getting opportunities to be a keyboard player in other bands that are on tour and doing well and like touring the world, why would you say no to that? Unless you've already toured the world for 10 years, in which case you're like, I've done that and I really want to focus on my own artistry. Different story. But if you're being blinded, you're not valuing maybe the opportunities that are coming to you that are saying, hey, you have great worth here. We value your guitar playing and your harmony singing. If the world is showing you what they want out of you and they value and where you can be of service, don't ignore it. So that might be an ego check, or it might be oh, am I stuck on an idea that I thought I wanted in life, or that's what I was supposed to do, or that's what success looks like. So you want to go where the love is. Go where the love is while honoring yourself. Because I do think that if you were I'm going to say side man, if you were a guitar player, keyboard player in a band touring the world, and you're a musician who wants to make music and tour the world, you've succeeded. And it doesn't mean you can't do your solo stuff. It doesn't mean you can't Sometimes it might be a timing thing. Oh, I get to do solo in a minute, or I get to do both. There's certainly artists I know doing both. As long as you're loving the people you're working with and the music you're making and the experience of the tour, go for it. Great example. Alex Wong. Alex Wong was in a band. I love this band. He's an artist I coach. I was such a fan of the band. I absolutely love the band, which of course I'm not going to be able to remember the name of right now because names elude me when I look for them. I love this band in New York. They're so great. And he was basically managing the band and doing a lot to like move the career of the band forward. And at one point, different people in the band all had different desires to do some different things, and they started to break up. Because one wanted to do this, and actually one of the bass players now in another big band has toured the world and does a lot of film and video content for that band. And the other guy actually went into tech and moved to countries and lives in Asia. And Alex, I remember Alex sharing with me, I used to do a lot of different things before this band, and I've stopped doing them. And I realize I need to go back. I want to go back, and I have all these skills I'm not using: guitar player, producer, percussionist, drummer. I want to start offering those skills, and let's see what happens. Well, it's been a lot of years now, and Alex has produced so many albums, toured with the artists he's produced. I took him to India to work on the record and produce the record that I was making there. So we went to India for 10 days together. He has done he's been a mixing engineer for other people. He's had hits for other people producing Delta Ray. And so he's had a whole career now of mixing albums, producing albums, playing on albums, songwriting with artists, for artists. And now in the last few years, he's focused on his own artistry while still doing the other things. And now he's doing permission parties where he's cooking and having a multi-course meal where every pairing goes with a song. It's connected to activism. It's connected to his history with his family and his grandfather. This is him just layer by layer, taking his skills and valuing them and utilizing them in a way that is fulfilling in his life and career. And his album release parties now, which include this full meal that he prepares and cooks, is so unique. So where are your skill sets? Where are your passions? What are the things that you love in life that you want to bring into your world and career and elevate them and expand upon them? Do you want to build a community? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to, illustrate something? Do you want, where? Nope, tomorrow it's not Friday already. It's Wednesday, and we're shifting to Wednesdays. Since I've moved to Paris, I'm shifting to a Wednesday. We're shifting the time and the day. So welcome back. Good to see you. So by looking at the things that matter to you in your life, music and other things outside of music, can you look at what matters so that you can value them and utilize and shape them as an example and bring them into your career, or not? Keep these things personal, but make time for them. One of the things about being in Paris and this move is, as I said, for me, I want to expand what I'm doing in my business, we're just going to work with new people. I'm continuing to do my Compass program, which is online. So we have artists from all over the world as it already. And I want to spend, quality time with my kids. Now, because I coach LA and California, and right now it's 10:30 in Paris and it's the afternoon in Los Angeles, I take my kids to school in the morning. And then I do some stuff for the house and incorporating meditation back into my world. And I take care of the house. And then I got to figure out a time to nap because, I'm basically going 6:30 to midnight. Can't do that every day. But take my kids to school. And now we've just shifted the schedule. So I'm picking them up. So for a good 2 hours, I'm hanging out with them. We're playing. What did we do today? We built a marble run. My son was requesting Otis Redding because I played him this morning, but I got a little inspiration this afternoon, and I was playing 90s hip hop and rap, and we had some Biggie going on, and my daughter was dancing around and singing to Biggie and jumping around, loving the beat. And we were doing that, and we built this big marble run, which is a super cool piece together a thing that you then send a marble through, and it makes a pathway and a maze, and you've got to build the maze. So look at me getting all jazzed about this because it's really fun. I love the architectural creations that we make, and then you got to test it and you go, oops, that got stuck in a dead end. We got to fix that, switch it. And then we made a magnetile castle. And so you see me being so jazzed because I want to spend time with my 3-year-old kids and be a big part of their life, obviously. And that means, close the computer and put the phone away and leave it in the other room, so I can just be with them. And then I'm working in the evening after that. So by dedicating that time and carving out that pick them up from school and hang out with them, it's not a lot of time. Then we have the weekends, we have other time, but making sure that that's their dedicated time. Put it in my schedule, cannot work then, don't take meetings then, because that's what I value. And then my evening can be for my US, my LA clients, my early, time zone clients, and I get to do this. And then I'm so passionate about this. So I'm jazzed. I mean, I'm tired from jet lag right now, but mostly I'm just excited because I'm like, this, when I'm tapped into you, I love this. This is my, I love this. I love connecting. I love sharing. I love empowering. I just taught 3 voice lessons and had a meeting about my Amplify event at the end of February, which if you are not aware of, please check out the flyer. It's nice, strong pink in my profile, and come to the event at the end of February where we're having performances. We'll talk about what you value. We're having performances, a conversation around artistry, resilience, what it takes to be an artist right now, artist development, and community connection, networking for the artists and the creatives in the room. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this event? Well, first of all, I was wringing my hands about canceling it because of the fires. And then I thought, well, what if I turn it into a fundraiser and a real opportunity for artists to connect with each other and the community to connect? And after talking to some artists and colleagues about that, everyone said, yes, please do it. We're going to want that at the end of February. We're going to want community. So what do I value? I value connection. I value supporting and empowering artists. I value bringing people together, genuine connection and human contact, and having people meet so they can empower each other. That's what this whole event is. So I'm putting energy and time and sacrifice and money into creating an event that has meaning for me. And my intention is that it has great meaning for all those who attend. And for those who don't attend, you can support it by sponsoring. You can support it by donating. You can support it by giving a donation if that's what you have. So again, people can feel valued and contribute. So I'm doing something, and the only thing missing from that party is food. We'll have drinks because I love food, feeding people. That was at my last launch party, but unless we get a donation, so you never know. In the next month, I might get food donated, because that's what we're busy doing now, is reaching out to people to get people to be a part of this experience, to build community and create a beautiful experience for people, an uplifting one. With Upsall performing, Milk, and Jordan Swaste, 3 beautiful, vulnerable, amazing live performers, all artists that I work with. So putting the energy and taking the risk to create what I've been wanting to do for a long time, which is a live event performance, and even better and bigger now that it's for our community at a time when we really need it. Oh, thank you so much, Old Lord Morrow. Thank you. That it's going to be incredible. So as we're talking right now, I would ask you just what's been going off in your mind as you hear this, as we're talking, what do you value? What do you care about? What do you love in your life? What brings meaning to your life? What do you just like to do for fun? And can you do more of it? Whether that's carving out the time so you're doing it for yourself, whether it's carving out the time so that it's more part of your career, and say, I'm going to incorporate this and share it with my outside world, with my community. What is on your mind that you're like, I really want to bring these things into my world more. I want to make time and give attention to these things because I value them. And therefore, what are you marketing as an artist? What do you value and care about that you want to share with your community? You want to share love with people. I want to bring people together and let them know that they are loved. Or I want to share good times and fun and help people forget their trouble. Well, those are two different types of music. So whatever that thing is that you value and you want to share, that's what your music needs to say. That's what needs to be in the beat, in the sound, in the lyric. So valuing yourself goes right directly into your art and is going to shape the type of art you make. From the sound to the lyric to the vibe to the bringing in of a sitar because you love sitar. Go be wild. Go be unique. Go bring in the things that matter to you. So silly, and yet so basic, not silly. As we let go of 95% of our possessions to make this move. Like literally, I have a 5x10 storage with just like so minimal things we kept, right? And in doing that, it was like, yes, I love this and I can let it go. Oh, this is wonderful and I can let it go. Oh, this doesn't have a lot of value to me now. I can let it go. I really care about this, but it's not coming with me. And then what did come? Like some of it is what could because it was small. And some of it was like there's this little blue dish. It's funny, I thought it was mine, and Caroline said no, it was hers. And I was like, I must have had one just like it because the blue and everything. And I remember having it and burning my cobalt incense on it with sand inside. With this little blue dish that we kept the salt next to the stove on. And I love reaching into this open dish and salting things and, prepping the meat. And we had it, and I had it till the end so I could cook in LA. And then I wrapped it up carefully and put it in my suitcase to bring it back this trip because I was like, I really like this blue bowl and I love cooking with it. So this little thing that's ceramic and inexpensive and, of what importance, I value it. So I found the way to bring it along. And that's every choice in life. What do you value? How can you cherish it? How can you support it? How can you uplift it? How can you expand it? What are you thinking of right now? What's the thing that you value? Is there a book that you have in you that you really want to write? There's your music in your album. Okay, how can I uplift it? How can I empower it? How can I enlist other people to support me in it? How can I collaborate and give value to someone else's project? What other skill sets do I have that I could offer up? Oh, I'm really good at writing. Cool. Who needs some writing? Who needs help with a grant? Offer up your skills and then ask people for what you need. We offer and we receive, and we offer and we receive. And how can you build a world that is just over and over filled with things that you really love? Now, it doesn't mean you won't be doing things you don't always love, but that also might be because you need to learn that skill. You need to learn whatever that thing is in order to have your dreams come true. Oh, you need some budgeting skills. You need some organizational skills. Oh, you need some sales and marketing skills. And if we go back to sales and marketing, what are you selling? What are you marketing? You're marketing the things you really value. You're marketing the skills and talents and passions that you have. So there we go, full circle. As you learn sales and marketing, which you might be not really into, or you might find, oh, wow, I kind of dig this, actually. This is cool. And you come back to, well, what am I selling and marketing? Myself, my skills, my values, what I have to share with people. And so when I think about valuing myself, and as you value yourself, I think it's really important just to write down, think of it like this. If you're dating somebody, you've got about 2 or 3 deal breakers and 2 or 3 of the most important things that person needs to have for you to have a relationship with them. And that's it. I had a whole scroll and a list. Okay. My friend Peter signed it with me. He witnessed it. All the things that my partner would be. And then I just boiled it down. What is the deal breaker? There's probably two, right? What, like, if they have these qualities or behaviors, no way. And what are the two things that I really value and I find really most important? And that's it. Everything else is gravy, extra. And you could look at that for your life as well. Like, what are the deal breakers? If I need to do these things in my life, it's a deal breaker. Like, I'm done. Where's the line for you? That, no, my integrity, can't do that. I for sure missed out on opportunities. One, being naive. Two, being allergic to alcohol, which made a lot of people uncomfortable because I just didn't drink because I'm super allergic to it. But I think people don't like, if they're drinking, they don't like to be around people who aren't. So I think I missed opportunities because I couldn't hang and drink. And then I definitely missed opportunities that I just showed up, thinking I'm here with my talent and that's what I'm going to utilize. And there was, of course, like misogynistic and sexual requirements. And I was like, no, I don't do that. That's a deal breaker for me. So some things I didn't, I mean, I say I lost an opportunity, but is it an opportunity if that's the line I had to cross? Not for me, and not with that person, and not at that time. And for me, not ever. So I naively thought my talent would be enough. My talents. And it is for the career I've chosen, because for me, I'm like, that's a line I won't cross. That doesn't work for me. So I'll continue on, and I continue on, and maybe some things took a lot longer. But I worked with A.R. Rahman. A.R. Rahman, beautiful, Sufi, spiritual, open-minded person. I work with amazing and genuine people. I just connected someone with a bunch of artists over here. Why? Because this person is a beautiful soul, talent, and I'm so excited to connect them to people to collaborate with. So what's the deal breaker for you? That, hey, my life and my career, if these things exist, I can't do it. So I have to shift things because that can't be a part of my world. And what's the, this has got to be there. Like for my wife, it was someone I admire and respect, and someone where we have great communication and trust. Those were like the ideals, right? That has to be there. It's not a deal breaker. Like, yeah, it would be a deal breaker if it's not, but it's more about, this is what I love and needs to be in the equation. And then if this is in the equation, got to go. So think of your life and your career the same way. What's in the equation that has to go, and what has to be in the equation? Oh, I need to be thriving at what I'm doing. Or I need to work with people I really enjoy. I need to be songwriting on a regular basis and getting my songs out. Like, what's the thing that is a must for you? And then live them, do them, curate them, create them. How can I have more of this in my world? And then that will lead to other more things that you enjoy. And if the deal breakers come across where you're like, oh, this is showing up, well, that's an indicator. I need to tweak. I got to move away from those people or that situation and bring myself over here. It's just going to be a source of direction for you. And again, choices. You're making choices to curate a life that suits you, a career that suits you, and that is, you're thriving. Life will throw challenges. Life will give you the deal breakers. Life will bring things that don't align. And that's good information. Moving you to alignment, moving you to your integrity, moving you to making choices that create the life you love. Because that's what I think we're here to do. I really do think we're here to evolve as human beings and to give our gifts in the world, to share them and be of service, share them and have a good time doing it. So the value of yourself, valuing yourself, is how you can curate a life and career you love, art you feel proud of. It's in alignment with you. It expresses you. And we do this choice by choice, action by action, adjustment by adjustment. We just keep polishing the stone, polishing until it's so shiny and so beautiful and so undeniable. And everybody wants to be around that stone, touch that stone, see that stone, the light go through that stone. My weird stone analogy. I sincerely hope this is helpful. I think that, make a list, make a short list of, I want more of this in my life. This is what I really value. This is what I love curating, creating, and then see who you can enlist to help build that empire of just more things you love to do. See how you can share it in communities. How can you bring what you do to another community? I just came off of NAM and had some requests in my DMs of, I just came to your presentation. It was wonderful. I work at this school, this company, this place. I would love to have you come in and do what you're doing. That came because I showed up here and shared. And now there's a few people asking me, hey, can you show up and share what you do here? And for me, the answer is yes, let's make it happen. Because for me, purpose of life is to impact a lot of people. If I can have a beautiful, positive impact on my small circle, which then reaches more and more and more, and my circle of people reach millions. The artists I work with reach millions of people. So if I can create that ripple effect of kindness, empowering, authenticity, vulnerability, you do you, boo, be weird, be intentional, go for it, be bold, be an introvert, be yourself. I can ripple that over and over into many, many people. That's the meaning of life for me. Having a positive impact on others, to be authentic and real, curate lives they love. Lives they love. Boy, do I love that. So I look at all the ways and opportunities that I can do that. How can I reach more people? How can I connect? How can I make a wonderful butterfly effect? And again, doesn't mean I'm perfect. There are moments that I was like, if someone caught this moment on camera, it would be horrible because I'm human. I'm human. 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 All right. Well, I hope that this was pleasant and enjoyable. And I would love to hear from you. So please send me a DM of how you're utilizing this, or tag me on a post that you're making because you're putting in action your skills, your talents, your curations, and you're sharing them. Please, I would love to hear how this impacts you. It's so important. Yeah, it's really what it's all about. I'll be back here on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Excuse me. I'll be back here on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock LA time. At the end of February, I have a fundraising event supporting our community in Los Angeles who have been affected by the fires. Please check out the pink flyer on my profile. And there's a link in the bio. It's called Amplify. You can buy a ticket. You can donate. You can connect me with sponsors for it. We're looking for financial sponsors and in-kind, gear, makeup, fashion, guitars, like all the people that would support the creatives and the artist community so we can supply them and help them get what they need to curate their life and their careers. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. I'm really glad to speak with you. Please leave comments. Please come back and tell me how this is going for you in a couple weeks, how you've implemented it. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. If you're interested in working with me, link in the bio. One-on-one coaching, online coaching, seminars. Let's do the thing. All right, y'all. I'm going to say good night now.